Yeah, Barrios will make his 10th start of the season, and last time out, he had one bad inning. He gave up 4 runs to the Tampa Bay Rays in the 3rd inning, and that was basically the difference of the game. And prior to that, he made a real good start against the Angels in Anaheim.
He tries to do better today against the Detroit Tigers, who lead off the left-handed hitter, Kerry Carpenter.
That was a fastball, and it's cranked to right. It's a base hit.
Kerry Carpenter just keeps on hitting. Swinging a line drive, base hit. Zach McKinstry got the cutter. Sharp line drive into left. It's what he does.
He is 27th in Major League Baseball in WAR this year, total for position players. He is a spot behind, 1 spot behind Mookie Betts.
So the Tigers threatening, and here's the dangerous Riley Green at the plate. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase a fastball well off the plate for out number 2.
Now 2 outs, still 2 on, and Spencer Torkelson up.
Tork cracks this ball in the air, right center field to the wall. It goes and off the wall. 1 run is in. Here comes McKinstry. 2-0 Tigers, just like that.
2 out, 2-run double, and the Tigers take the lead here in the 1st.
Once again, we've talked about it. Tork staying in the middle of the field. When he is right, he is doing exactly that. Splitting the gap, hitting balls off the right center field wall.
Blue Jays facing the 22-year-old from Irving, Texas, Jackson Jobe, making his 8th start of the year.
And the key for him is don't get slider happy. Locate that fastball. Use that weapon, the slider, a little bit more sparingly.
Like that, but Bo was waiting for it. Guessing first pitch fastball maybe. He turned on it and pulled it into left field, a base hit. So now Guerrero hitting .287, 5 home runs. This one's going to drop just enough to get it over the infield. And the Blue Jays have the first 2 men on.
Vladdy gets jammed, but he is so strong. He fights it off and flares it over the infield into center field. Bo had to make sure that ball wasn't caught.
In the air for left field. Baddoo is back at the track. Baddoo goes up. Oh my goodness! No way, Akil Baddoo!
Wow! Race back. That is such a tough play with the electronic scoreboard. He went up against the wall, disappeared into the scoreboard, came down with it, and that saved a couple of runs.
Here's Alejandro Kirk, and one of the big hits in yesterday's game.
Into left again. Baddoo coming forward. He's on this one. Akil is ridiculous. It's a double play.
Stop it.
Akil Baddoo, have a day. We're in the 1st inning.
Bottom of the 3rd in downtown Toronto, 2-0. The Tigers lead the Blue Jays in the rubber match.
Here's Clase to center field. Baez is back on it. Javi has room.
Even though his strike-to-ball ratio isn't that good right now, Jobe went through the first 9 batters in 25 pitches.
2-2. Oh my goodness. A lightning bolt directly at Bichette. That'll activate your nervous system.
Bottom of the 4th, 2-0 Tigers.
Tigers done an excellent job against Vlad Guerrero Jr. He really hasn't hit a ball hard.
And he'll add another walk, and this is something we have seen a lot. He's walking more this year than he ever has, and he's walking more over the last couple of weeks than he was doing earlier in the season.
Varsho at the plate. This is a really tough out right now. He's come off the injured list, sizzling.
He's going to fight it off and drop it down the line for a base hit. And Guerrero's going to 3rd, and Varsho's into 2nd.
And that's baseball. He smoked the ball in the 1st, didn't get credit. This time he snaps his bat, and he's got a double. It's 2nd and 3rd for the Blue Jays. Nobody out.
So 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. And here's Alejandro Kirk, who lined out to left his first time up. A bouncer in the hole and through. Guerrero will score. Varsho had to make sure it was going to get through, so he'll stop at 3rd. An RBI single for Kirk.
Struck him out. That was a filthy changeup.
2 down. So as it did a couple times yesterday, a big moment slides into the lap of Ernie Clement.
There it is. Lines it into left field. Another big hit for Clement. Varsho in to score, and it's a 2-2 tie.
How about that for Ernie Clement? Stay hot, kid.
Fresh ball game after a 2-run bottom of the 4th by the Blue Jays. It's 2-2.
Well, there's a good slur right there. He got McKinstry to swing and miss.
You can tell that Jose Barrios, outside of hitting Gleyber Torres, has really found that release point.
Riley rips this ball to right field. Let's see what Gleyber can do. It's a slide in right by Lucas to get it in, and Gleyber will stop at 3rd.
2nd and 3rd, though, for the Tigers. 2 outs. Spencer Torkelson up.
Got him. Swung over the top of a changeup. A big out in a big spot.
2-2 ball game, bottom of the fifth in the rubber match between the Blue Jays and the Tigers.
Bichette started the game with a sharp line drive single, one of the only really hard hit balls.
And he'll take it off the corner for ball 4. And the first 2 men are aboard.
And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. coming up.
There's a ground ball so slowly hit they'll only get one. It tied him up in knots again. That sinker with fangs.
Blue Jays get runners on second and third now for Dalton Varsho.
Infield comes crashing in. Varsho lines it right at second. Torres makes the catch. He was on his way in, and that was on its way to his molars. McKinstry from foul ground rolls it over there and does escape for Jackson Jobe.
Bottom of the 6th inning, still 2-2 between the Blue Jays and the Tigers.
High heat. 3 pitches to a strikeout for Jackson Jobe.
So you would think Jobe's last batter will be Clement. Gets him out, or whether he reaches, his day will be done.
Revio loosening as well. 3-2 is strike 3. One more illusion from Jobe.
And if it is, Jackson Jobe finishes with an exclamation point. 5th strikeout ends a 1-2-3 6th.
7th inning at Rogers Center and a pitching change for Toronto. Mason Fluharty in the game. 2-2 score.
Outside ball 4. Gleyber Torres has his 13th walk of the year to go along with 13 strikeouts. Slow grounder third base side. Barger charging in, and there's not going to be a play.
Torkelson at the plate, 2 on 2 outs in a 2-2 game.
That is a line drive center field, down for a base hit off the slider. Torres around third. He's on his way home. He gets there. The out made after the run scores. The Tigers do take the lead on the Torkelson RBI.
John Brebbia, a veteran, has pitched with St. Louis, San Francisco, the Chicago White Sox, the Braves, and now the Tigers.
Called strike 3. Paint to the corner. 1 down. Heater got him. Brebbia lights the cannon on 3-2.
Left-hander Brant Herter into the game now in the bottom of the 7th.
The Blue Jays threatening. 1st and 2nd for Toronto. 3-2 the Tigers lead.
Wave and a miss. There it is. That was going to be a strike anyway. Exceptional pitch.
3-2 the Tigers leading the Blue Jays.
Kurt, Santander, and Barger, the 3 scheduled batters.
And another changeup bounced up the middle. And Sweeney won't have a play. Doesn't get rid of the ball, and Kirk reaches.
And he'll be pinch run for. He legged out enough for John Schneider. Miles Straw. It is a swing and a miss. It's strike 3. He set up the changeup with the fastball and has out number 1.
So a fielder's choice, but the Sweeney error does advance the tying run to second with now 2 outs.
Ernie Clement has been making contact. That's what he does, though. This is a contact hitter.
Third base. Ibanez got the final out of this 8th inning.
Best looking for a save. Blue Jays looking for a 2nd straight comeback. They trail 3-2. Big cheer from the over 36,000 in attendance as George Springer comes up to the plate. 3-2. The Tigers lead the Blue Jays. Springer batting off the bench here.
2-2 in there. He spun him a beauty.
They split the first 2 games of this series, and this one has been tight throughout, but the Blue Jays in danger of dropping the set.
And a grounder to third, and it is booted by Ibanez.
Bichette safe at first, and this game will continue for one more batter.
So now Guerrero representing the winning run.
Gets a ground ball to second. It's Torres. He has the final out of a series win at the edge of the cliff. All weekend long, the Tigers take 2 of 3 from the Blue Jays.
And they've got to go through that top of the order in Bo Bichette and Guerrero Jr., and they were able to do it. But a hard-fought series by both teams, and the Tigers come out winning 2 out of 3.